If you're thinking about moving to Lower Alabama and you want to know where you should live to best match your lifestyle based on what you like to do and most importantly, what you can afford, then stay tuned because we're going to get after it right now.
What's going on, y'all? If you're new to our channel, I'm Jess and this is my partner Tony, and just like you, we were looking into moving to Lower Alabama almost 10 years ago. So if you're thinking about moving or relocating anywhere in the LA area, make sure y'all give us a call because we've lived it ourselves.
Yeah, or shoot us a text, send us an email, however you want to get a hold of us. We are the #1 relocation team in all of Lower Alabama, and we've got your back when moving anywhere in LA.
Lower Alabama has a lot of ground to cover, so we're gonna break it down into sections and go through them one by one to talk about what's special about each of them. So make sure you stay tuned because if you wanna learn everything about Lower Alabama, we're gonna go over this in this video.
Sweet home Alabama.
Now, the first thing we're gonna start with are the beaches because we get a lot of phone calls about people wanting to move here to be closer to the beach. So let's break it down a little bit. Your main beaches are gonna be Gulf Shores, Fort Morgan, and Orange Beach for everyone wanting to live in Baldwin County.
And over in Mobile County, you've got Dauphin Island. I'll break down for you if you're wanting to relax in a quiet area with an old vintage vibe and one that's like wholesome for you and the family, then you might want to consider Dauphin Island because this has been the sandy backyard for Mobilians for generations who prefer a simpler beach experience. This is where you'll go to get away from those big tourist traps that you see in Gulf Shores. Now, the beaches are much smaller, but they do have restaurants and outdoor bars for people who still want to have some fun.
Yeah, that's where you'll find me for sure. So if you're looking for a place where you can escape the hustle and bustle of the city and just bask in the glory of the Gulf of Mexico, then look no further than Dauphin Island, sir or ma'am. And sure, the houses here may cost a pretty penny. We're talking, around 600,000.
That's expensive stuff.
But trust me, the serenity you'll find is worth every cent.
He loved it. It's worth every penny.
Plus, prices are only going up, so don't let this chance slip away. You see, people know that this is a unique little slice of heaven. It's one of a kind, and they're willing to pay top dollar for it. But in spots of the country, you're not a minute away from the warm bath water, like the Gulf Coast of Mexico and its white sandy beaches. And if that's not enough, the icing on the cake is that the seafood here is out of this world. Delicious. I've been around the block when it comes to eating up and down both the coasts, and let me tell you, this place doesn't disappoint. So what are you waiting for? Come experience it and taste paradise for yourself.
You got me sold. Now on to the very notable beaches in Baldwin County. Move over to Fort Myers because Gulf Shores and Orange Beach are the hottest beach spots that you need to know about. Located on the literally breathtaking Gulf of Mexico, these two Alabama cities are just a stone's throw away from Mobile.
Minus the traffic, of course.
And let's be real, living in either town, it's like living your best mermaid life. We're talking pristine waterfronts and crystal clear water. You'll be pretty spoiled in no time, whatever you choose. Each place has very easy access to beaches, but that's not all. Just like our neighbor across the bay, seafood lovers will enjoy everything we have to offer.
Yeah, if you love seafood, then this is the place for you. From royal red shrimp to flounder, red snapper to crawfish. These cities have everything you need to satisfy your aquatic cravings. Plus, with wide stretches of sand and warm, inviting water, the beach quality in both communities is downright impeccable. The only difference I'd say is that Orange Beach is the quieter, less hectic sister, while Gulf Shores is like the party queen.
But relatively speaking, they're both pretty quiet when you compare them to big cities. So whether you're trying to settle down in Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, or somewhere nearby, just know the closer you get to the water, the higher in price you're gonna get. But average homes range from the 500s to the mid 700s, and that's pretty affordable considering where you're at and also comparing it to the rest of the United States.
Well, well, well. Looks like we've stumbled upon a true hidden gem. This place has got it all from mini golf to go-karts to water parks and theme nights at bars and restaurants. You name it. And let's not forget about the schools. They are a true force to be reckoned with. I mean, when you branch off from the county public schools to become your own school district, I mean, talk about impressive, right? Both cities have really put their money where their mouth is, investing big bucks into making sure that their schools are nothing short of amazing for the community.
Best school in the country.
So pack up your bags and come on over. The grass is greener on this side, for sure.
That's because it rains almost every day here, but it's a nice tropical storm that waters everything, so it's vibrant and green, which is a plus if you ask me. If you like seeing palm trees and these vibrant tropical flowers and plants every day of the year, then you're in for a real treat.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all know, but if you're looking for some waterfront properties, you don't need to be in Gulf Shores or Orange Beach. You can check out some of our other hidden gems like LILLIAN or ALBERTA or FOLEY or Magnolia Springs. And yeah, sure, if you're looking to be on the water, it's gonna cost you a pretty penny, even though it's not on the Gulf of Mexico. But these bays and bayous are still beautiful, and guess where they all lead you to?
Right to the Gulf. So take your pick and get ready to soak up some sun.
Okay, and now that we've mentioned these places, let's talk about them a little bit. So both LILLIAN and ALBERTA have a small, very small population, around 2,000 people, and both communities can enjoy Perdido Bay along with small town country living, yet right between Alabama's Mobile area and Florida's Pensacola and Perdido Key beaches.
And they still have their own little amenities too, though, like the KOA campground, Yogi Bear's Jellystone Park, and the Spanish Cove, which is more like a housing community, but people come here for the amenities. Like they have a clubhouse, they have a community pool, tennis courts, playgrounds. They've got an RV clubhouse. So I guess you can say it's similar to that KOA and Yogi Bear. But you do buy your own home and you pay a POA like any other subdivision. And
that pool is year round. Like you can go to in the winter too. So it's really close to Soldiers Creek Golf Course as well, which I like because for $55, you can't beat it. It's an excellent course. The greens are green. There's no big divots or, potholes everywhere. And the fairways are always pretty plush.
No one's gonna wanna move here just based on the golf course, honey.
I mean, hey, you never know.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
I guess so. All right, y'all. Moving on to Foley, Alabama, which is just another one right around the corner with a much larger population. No more golf courses. Let's stay on track.
Remember, this is all relative to LA.
Yeah, 22,000 people is a lot in Baldwin County, but what I love about Foley is it's known for its strong sense of community with its lovely downtown area. They've just redone the park down there and there's tons of little shops. It's close to the beach, but without having to break the bank.
AKA more money in your pocket.
Yep, AKA more shopping money for me and the kids.
And to all the gentlemen out there watching, I don't know if you should be thanking Jess right now or running the other way, because Foley has a lot to do, which means those extra dollars that you're saving could be spent pretty quickly. Foley draws people into the OWA amusement park, which includes a ton of restaurants and an indoor water park.
And then you have the Tanger Outlets, which is just about every store you can think of. Like they have Carter's for your little baby. They have the Coach outlet, Michael Kors, Nike, Under Armour. Or if you're like Tony and need a different hat for every single day of the year, I do know they have a Lids, and ask me how I know. Just ask me. Ask me, Tony, how do I know they have a Lids there?
I'm being set up here, y'all. My hats don't compare to a whole entire closet.
Okay, that's what I thought.
She's on one today, guys.
All right, but if you legitimately need hats to play sports, unlike this guy.
Hey, I golf.
Okay, then you'll love that Foley has a sports complex with a ton of fields and courts that host a variety of tournaments throughout the year. And if you're like me and you like to go on a stroll every now and then you're gonna love that downtown area that I mentioned that Foley has. They also have the Holmes Medical Museum.
You truly take a step back in time when you enter the Holmes Medical Museum. If you ever wondered what a hospital looked like 80 years ago, this is it.
The Foley Railroad Museum or Graham Creek Nature Preserve. So there's tons of little things that you can check out.
And I just found out there's a prairie disc golf course at the Graham Creek Nature Preserve too.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm not much of a disc golfer, but I think I'd like it. So if any of our future clients throw the disc around, make sure y'all let me know so, you know, we can get that in, we can get a round in.
You know, I do love that he likes to get out and enjoy life because then he's able to come back and share it with you all on our channel.
She's so full of it. She loves when I drag her around on all these adventures that we talk about. She just doesn't know it yet, you know? She likes to look back at it, you know? Just kind of like how people look back at Lower Alabama sometimes. They say, Alabama? And then they say, okay, you guys have the nicest beaches in the entire country. No way. Okay, I'll take a gander. And next thing you know, they're like, this crazy Tony guy, I know exactly what he's talking about. And they're hooked. And you're calling LA home. And you're telling all your friends and your family about how you saw this small YouTube channel and it changed your life forever.
This sounds crazy, but he just summed up our entire lives for y'all in about 15 seconds. So with that being said, let's move on over from Foley and talk about another teeny tiny town that captures the hearts of so many, and that's Magnolia Springs. Now this is a very tight-knit community that values the importance of history, nature, and culture, and the town is known for its picturesque streets that are lined with historic homes and these great giant live oaks with Spanish moss, and a lot of these houses date all the way back to the early 1900s. Magnolia Springs is also home to a number of community events and activities throughout the year, including the Magnolia Run, the Magnolia Springs Arts and Crafts Festival, and the Christmas Boat Parade, just to name a few.
The Magnolia River, which runs through the center of town, is a very popular spot for kayaking and canoeing and fishing, and they may not have much in regards to shopping and restaurants, but that's what everyone loves about it. And what they do have is so popular, you'll need reservations weeks out depending on the time of the year, and that's for Jesse's Restaurant. Not this Jesse, but Jesse's.
Yeah, Jesse's is a local favorite that serves up fresh seafood and southern cuisine, and it may have the best steak in all of Lower Alabama, y'all, depending on who you ask, but don't just take my word for it. Go check it out yourself. Just make sure you call in advance because this place stays booked.
Yeah, and just like the other areas we mentioned, Magnolia Springs is just a short drive away from Gulf Shores, and it's right directly next to Foley and Fairhope.
Okay, now that we've mentioned Fairhope, let's really dive into this one because everyone that calls us the #1 relocation team in all of Lower Alabama always asks about Fairhope, even if they don't end up moving here. So Fairhope is just northwest of...
Wait, I'm gonna stop you there because this video is getting kind of long, but if you like this video, please make sure you like it. And to see more about living in Lower Alabama and the areas around us, make sure to subscribe to our channel and catch our next video.
All right, y'all. See you later.